language barrier. It was a clean hit. For 5 hours, he waited on the rooftop of the roach-infested abandoned house. It was the same house he lost his virginity in a few summers ago, and the same house that he, as a child, had tagged his hood on while with a bottle of green spray paint he found it behind the liquor store. But this hit. It wasn't about his hood at all, but then it was all about his hood. It was a much larger idea, but he could only express it through the one concept that he understood. For this teenager's first language was his only language, and thus he saw the world with a clarity that has never actually been. The white man had fallen out of the car, and red puddles of blood began collecting upon the blackness that he shook upon. The hard asphalt that so many of the Republic had died on throughout this neighborhood, this town, this Republic, this world, was now the place where this man flopped about and twisted while he cursed and screamed like a child. It reminded him of the children he had seen at the grocery store who would fall on the ground, flailing their arms wildly over a candy bar they could not have or chocolate milk their mother could not afford. He waited for 5 hours for this man to approach the stop sign, and when he saw him roll up, as soon as he saw him roll up, he did not hesitate. Pop! Only one shot, but it was a clean hit because the white man had his window down and his elbow jutted out of the car as he looked for someone, anyone, who was out of line so he could jump out of his car and put them back in their place. The white man always wore dark sunglasses so that if he got in your face, which he loved to do, you could not see his eyes. All you could see was your own reflection, your own hatred, your own tears, your own trauma, your own fear. The teenager had not been trained, but he had been told. They told him it was the most righteous act a revolutionary could commit, that somehow this would result in freedom for people who had never known such a thing. Freedom. They always talk like that. Freedom, the struggle, liberation, the movement, militancy, the people, diaspora. Just nod your head, look him in the eyes, and he'll think you understand. Remember when he said you're different than the rest of them? He said you have potential. You're already a soldier, but you need to be fighting in the right war. Then he gave you that 40-year-old book about the dude who caught that case and was downtown at the courthouse when his little brother came in there blasting and shot the judge, or something like that. Anyway, he said the little brother was just a year older than you are right now. Then he said, I believe in you. He said he believed in you. And then slowly, you began believing everything that he said. The cop reached for his walkie-talkie. Pop, pop, pop. The cop still shook, but now he shook with no purpose. He only shook because his body could not help itself. The teenage sniper now stood on top of the house, the barrel of his gun smoking, the tip of his nose sweating, the inside of his chest pounding and pounding and pounding. He smiled excitedly as he took baby steps backwards, trying to take in the last glimpse of the beauty which he created. He then escaped quickly into the very short remainder of his own life. This is not murder. This is not sin. This is not wrong. This is revolution, or at least that's what he believed.